everyone! So last year I took a short trip to Hong Kong, and one of the things I got to do was check out a super cute Hello Kitty themed restaurant. There's usually a lot of temporary displays and pop-up theme shops in Hong Kong, but this seems to be one of the first permanently themed restaurants that's been talked about a lot in Asian media, so my mom and I were very curious to check it out. She is also a huge Hello Kitty fan. So before coming, I tried Googling a bunch of reviews of the place or just images of the interior before coming, but there didn't seem to be a lot that gave a full view of the restaurant. Going in, I gotta say I wasn't exactly blown away just because I was expecting a kind of Disney level of decor, but they played it slightly more subtle here. You can still see Hello Kitty's face everywhere, but it just didn't seem as cuteness overload shoved down my throat, pinkness fluffy kind of vibe. But I must say that I enjoyed all the subtle details the restaurant had to offer. Being someone who's had dim sum, or yum cha, as Cantonese people call it, I found it super amusing to see Hello Kitty branded tables, chairs, teapot, teacup, plate, even the wet napkins. They kept it like traditional yum cha, so it wasn't like a cup in the shape of a Hello Kitty head or anything like that. So, I don't know, although part of me was already having a good time, I'm torn on if I wanted them to kind of go over the top with everything. I was surprised to learn that this restaurant also offered dinner, which had different dishes apart from yum cha, but me and my mom felt the dim sum dishes were a little cuter and more iconic looking. Price-wise, yes, it is considerably more expensive than your regular yum cha, but it is a themed restaurant, so that's to be expected. But all the dishes do look very cute. So here is their Hello Kitty Lao Sa Bao, which is a custard bun, and then next to it is the Hello Kitty Ha Ga Wong, which is a shrimp dumpling. Only one of them had a Hello Kitty face, and the rest were just little bows. And then the plate next to it, with no Hello Kitty elements in it whatsoever, is their Cat Mei Tofu 7-flavored tofu. The shrimp dumpling was actually really good. The skin was thin and there wasn't a lot of fatty pork filler, just nice big chunks of shrimp. The custard bun for me is usually eaten as more of a dessert, but you can really do whatever you want in yum cha. With custard buns, sometimes the filling is more solid, and sometimes you get it like this, where it is very runny, rich, totally fattening, but oh so good. It was piping hot, the bun wasn't too dry, and it looked so adorable even with a piece of its face bitten off. We ordered one more thing before dessert, and in Chinese it's called the Chun Feng Dak Yi Cheng, but that really doesn't have anything to do with the dish. Basically, it was a fancy rice roll with fried tofu curd and fish paste inside. It's a dish with a good balance of crunchy, soft, and chewy. I highly recommend it when you go to regular yum cha. We finished our meal with their version of a mango pudding, and mango pudding is something that you will find on the dessert section of your dim sum sheet. This one had a layer of jello encasing some fresh mango and blueberry pieces on the top, with a chocolate Hello Kitty head as a final touch, and you can pour the coconut milk on it separately. The taste itself was your regular mango pudding. It was creamy and sweet, but nothing extraordinary. But, of course, I give it points for looking nice, and I'm sure tons of girls have taken selfies with this dish. Right next to the entrance was also a small cabinet with a few Hello Kitty products in case you really want to buy something, such as champagne. I think you have to buy the glasses separately. I'm not sure if you get to take them home, and what I think is tea. The packaging is very nice, and for those of you who just want to spend more money, you can definitely do that. The total for the meal came up to 326 Hong Kong dollars, which is a bit over $50 Canadian. Not too bad for a theme restaurant, but you wouldn't need to pay that much for a regular yum cha for sure. So what did I think of the Hello Kitty restaurant overall? The location of the place, to be completely honest, is a bit in the middle of nowhere. It took me and my mom quite some time to find it, and it's not in an area that we would stumble upon as tourists. Definitely a destination more than a convenient foot traffic. And with most themed restaurants in the initial hype, it's always great, but I'm not sure if the effects are long-lasting. When we first heard about it, there were lineups outside for at least an hour, but coming in now, the place wasn't as packed. I really do like the idea of a Hello Kitty themed restaurant. I'm just concerned if it's enough to keep a steady stream of customers. What really surprised me though was the food. It was actually yum cha quality food. In Japan, some of the theme restaurants I went to, the food was only average, sometimes even lukewarm. But here, everything was the temperature it should be and tasted great. So my hats off to the dim sum chefs there for making it look as good as it tasted. In conclusion, I'm glad we went. My mom was the envy of all her friends, and the restaurant pleasantly surprised me. I can't say it'll become my go-to spot when I'm in Hong Kong. It was more of a try it out one time kind of thing, and only time will tell if it will stick around. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe and join me on my next adventure. See you next video. Bye!